Nice to see you again back here on my YouTube channel, Elegantly EDC, and what can be more elegant than the humble writing pen? It seems every EDC channel extols the virtue of pen and paper in a proper EDC kit. Everything from a luxury writing instrument down to a random pen found in your couch cushion. And, well, you get the point. And I, for one, find great delight in curling up with my Mont Blanc, its fine nib gliding effortlessly across the smooth ivory pages of my leather journal. In the quiet solitude of the morning, I plan the day ahead, savoring the simple act of writing. My first cup of coffee, rich and unrestrained, sit beside me, its warm fragrance mingling with the scent of leather. With each stroke of the pen, I embrace the quiet beauty of the written word, a small testament to the elegance of life itself. Nah, I'm just kidding. I gotta work for a living, dog. I typically use a ballpoint pen, specifically a disposable Uniball Jetstream, and you can buy these in a pack of 3 for like $6. I do use a fountain pen for special things, and I'll actually come back to that later in the video. Actually, I have a favorite pen for one of these 3 tiers: a cheap replacement, everyday carry, a forever pen, and a fountain pen. But back to the Uniball Jetstream, which falls under the cheap replacement category. I put one of these in just about every purse, backpack, and EDC bag, and also one in my glove compartment of my car. These are the Hail Mary pens, which are quickly within reach if I find myself needing a pen outside the house. I'm not that attached to them. I don't feel sad if one breaks, runs out of ink, or gets lost. I will say, though, that I like this particular pen because it's smooth with a consistent stream of ink and won't get gummed up since it's a ballpoint pen. In a perfect world, though, I would actually use more traditional ink pens compared to a ballpoint, but I got tired of leaky pens and ruined clothing and bags. A quick bit of fun trivia: this pen was independently rated best overall pen. I have no idea by who, so there's that for what it's worth. Anyways, if you need a good, cheap pen recommendation, the Uniball Jetstream is what I, and apparently, most of the internet would suggest. The Forever Pen. I define this one as a pen that I intend, or at least attempt to keep for a long period of time, and have gotten attached to. I use the OLight Mini Ballpoint pen. I spent a little more money on this one, about $13 when I bought it, but it's lightweight with a bolt-action design retractable tip, making this pen a perfect everyday carry partner. Made with aluminum alloy, this pen is more suited to withstand life in an EDC bag compared to the cheaper Uniball pen. The length at only 3.66 inches with the pocket clip means I can actually pocket carry this pen if I decide not to use a bag for the day. I call this my forever pen because when it runs out of ink, I just refill it. You can find ink inserts in a pack of 3 for about $10 on the OLight website or on Amazon, whichever you prefer. Aside from pens being an EDC staple, having a designated pen to carry with me, especially one that's reliable, sturdy, and small, it really comes down to the philosophy of preparedness. Just chatting with some of you in the comment section, it's incredible how many times all of us have said, "I never realized how often I was in need of a pen until I started to consciously carry one." And that, right there, is why I carry a designated forever pen. Now, I know it's my solemn duty as an EDC YouTuber to faithfully recommend a field notes notebook like these. And while I can vouch for them, I don't actually use them for the simple reason that I don't keep a journal and it's not easy to tear the pages out from these. And I'll be honest, a lot of times I just need to jot down a quick note or share a scrap of paper with someone. And for that, these simple, cheap notepads from Oxford are fantastic. I can just rip out, toss, and move on to the next note. Out of sight, out of mind. Now, I know that this pen is a bit impractical for everyday carry, but I think it does tie into my YouTube channel precisely due to its elegance. I often send handwritten letters to friends, family, and business associates for no other reason than my own personal romanticization of a simpler time. And besides, receiving and sending something handwritten in the mail is kind of sweet. In those situations, when I'm at my writing desk in the quieter moments of the day, I use a cross-century fountain pen, available for about $60 at most retailers. And any fountain pen fanatics out there know just how deep the fountain pen world can go. And it can be a borderline religion at times, with nuances like nib, flow, type of ink used, and price point all playing a factor. In fact, my pen might seem prohibitively expensive to non-fountain pen users, and honestly, probably disposable to passionate stylophiles. A good fountain pen is well balanced, and once the nib is broken in, to match your unique writing style, it really is a pleasure to write with and is hard to put down. For my fountain pen, I have a few re-inking options available to me. Now, I prefer to use a converter and high-quality bottled ink over the much easier-to-use ink cartridges. Honestly, I like the experience of refilling it. It's almost cathartic. However, other savvy users understand the pros and cons of alternatives and swear by the simplicity and cleanliness of just swapping the cartridges. And while I haven't had this happen to me yet, the possibility of the pen leaking is always in the back of my mind, and this is why I don't pocket or bag carry my fountain pen. It usually just stays upright on my desk. Additionally, although nowhere near the price of a Mont Blanc, I wouldn't want to run the risk of losing this one. Finally, the pen that's increasingly being carried everywhere by more and more people, especially by those in my generation, is the Apple Pencil. And let me be the first to say, I actually hate these things with the white-hot passion of 1,000 suns, which I know is in juxtaposition with my peers, mainly as we've all grown up in the digital age. Now, I'm not implying there's actually something wrong with them. In fact, they're pretty amazing pieces of technology that's becoming more intuitive with every generation. I just don't enjoy the writing experience at all. I don't like how expensive they are. I hate the constantly changing proprietary charging mechanisms for each new iteration. And honestly, it just comes down to the fact that the tactile feel of pen on traditional mediums is wholly wiped out. Now, you can buy those paper-like covers for tablets that sort of seek to restore that tactile feel, but they wear out quickly, and to me, it's just not the same. I know for artists, architects, and other working professionals who use tablets and tablet pens, these things are awesome. And I even have some diehard journalers in my family who have made the switch and swear by them. But for me, I just prefer the ink and paper route. With the thousands of pen options available, either in the cheap, forever pen, or fountain pen category, everyone has their go-to pen. And I would love to hear what your favorite pens are and why in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.